What's up, Buzz Nation? Get ready for a rapid-fire news blast that's going to blow your minds. First up, the Spider-Man universe is buzzing with huge developments. We're talking about how Tom Holland himself is shaping the future of Spider-Man. Brand new day, influencing everything from the story to who swings onto the screen. And speaking of Spider-Man, brand new day, the villain roster is shaping up to be absolutely insane. Get ready for a deep dive into all 6 villains reportedly joining the web-slingers' next big adventure. Who's making a comeback and who's new to the MCU? But it's not all capes and web-slingers. We're hopping across the pond to the UK, where historian Tom Holland is making a bold claim. Chatham High Street is the most historic road in all of England. We'll explore his fascinating podcast, The Rest is History, and why he thinks this seemingly ordinary street holds such incredible secrets. Finally, we're circling back to Tom Holland and the MCU because fans have a favorite line from Infinity War that they just can't stop quoting. What is it, and what does it mean for the future? You've got to stay tuned for all the incredible details. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell so you never miss an update. Tom Holland's unseen influence on Spider-Man, brand new day revealed. For ages, the path to Spider-Man, brand new day, was shrouded in mystery, with rumors flying about team-ups with Daredevil, comebacks from Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire, and even an appearance from Tom Hardy's Venom. The project's early days were a roller coaster of shifting directions, reportedly leading to clashes between Tom Holland and Kevin Feige with Sony over the narrative. But now, with production underway, it's clear that the web-slinger's next solo outing is shaping up to be a street-level spectacle featuring characters like Scorpion, Punisher, and Hulk. In a candid interview, Tom Holland revealed his active role in shaping the film's direction. He confessed to conducting sneaky research online to gauge fan expectations between No Way Home and the upcoming film. Armed with this intel, he presented his vision to Marvel, stating, "This is what I think we should be doing." He emphasized the collaborative process, calling it the first time I've ever been allowed in that part of the process, and expressed confidence in the current direction, calling the shooting footage absolute gold. Holland's impact extends beyond just the storyline. He was instrumental in securing Spider-Man's place in the MCU. Following the 2019 deal breakdown between Sony and Disney, it was Holland who initiated a call with Disney CEO Bob Iger, paving the way for renewed collaboration. His influence also steered the plot of Brand New Day away from Sony's desire for another multiversal story, pushing for a direction he felt was best for Peter Parker, whom he describes as one of my best friends. The film remains tight-lipped about its ultimate villain, though reports hint at appearances from Hulk and Yelena Belova. The precise role of the Punisher against superpowered beings is also a major question mark. With its release date of July 31, 2026, approaching, fans are eager to see if Tom Holland's deep involvement has truly resulted in a masterpiece. Don't go anywhere, because we're about to reveal the full lineup of villains set to challenge Spider-Man in his next adventure. Get ready for a deep dive into the 6 baddies reportedly joining Spider-Man, brand new day. Spider-Man 4's villain lineup, 6 threats revealed. As production for Spider-Man, brand new day ramps up in the UK, whispers of an extensive villain roster are turning into confirmed reports. Building on the multiversal chaos of Spider-Man, No Way Home, which featured foes like Green Goblin and Doc Ock, the 4th film is reportedly digging deeper into Spider-Man's comic lore for new antagonists, while also bringing back some familiar faces and introducing surprising allies like John Bernthal's Punisher and Sadie Sink in a new role. While Marvel Studios remains tight-lipped, insider reports point to a formidable lineup. Directing this installment is Destin Daniel Cretton, with Tom Holland reprising his role as Spider-Man, alongside Zendaya as MJ and Jacob Batalon as Ned. The film is slated for a July 31, 2026 release. The reported villains include Tombstone, the hulking, albino crime boss, a known adversary of both Spider-Man and Daredevil, making his MCU debut after appearances in animated and gaming formats. Tarantula, a moniker held by several individuals, notably Anton Miguel Rodriguez, a revolutionary-turned-criminal known for his venomous suit and a past encounter with both Spider-Man and the Punisher. Boomerang * Frederick Myers, an ex-Australian baseball player turned weaponized villain, who has a history with Spider-Man, Shanghai, Daredevil, and Black Widow. Scorpion * Michael Mando is expected to reprise his role as Mac Gargan, who was briefly seen in Spider-Man: Homecoming. Rumors suggest he might finally debut his iconic green suit. Ramrod * a half-man, half-cyborg villain, once a construction boss who was enhanced and blackmailed into service, known for superhuman strength and speed. Hulk * Mark Ruffalo is rumored to return as the primal, rage-fueled Savage Hulk, who will reportedly be at odds with Spider-Man despite their past alliances. Notably, popular rumored villains like Mr. Negative and Null have reportedly been debunked by scooper Alex Perez, suggesting a focus on more street-level and established comic threats for this outing. But what if the most historic place in England isn't what you think? We're heading to the UK for a surprising historical revelation. Get ready to hear why historian Tom Holland believes Chatham High Street holds the key to England's past. Chatham High Street, England's most historic road, historian Tom Holland investigates. Chatham High Street in England might seem like just another street, with boarded-up pubs and converted chapels, but historian Tom Holland argues it's actually the most historic road in the whole of England. In a special episode of his popular podcast, The Rest is History, Holland and co-host Dominic Sandbrook explore the remarkable, yet often overlooked, legacies of this street. Holland's fascination began during a walk along the Saxon Shoreway. He found the road stretching from Rochester Bridge to Chatham Dockyard to be a treasure trove of historical significance, spanning nearly every era of English history. The route passes landmarks like a Roman bridge, a Norman castle, Rochester Cathedral, and Restoration House, where Charles II stayed. It also features John Hawkins, almshouses, Britain's oldest gay pub, a synagogue, and taverns once frequented by Admiral Nelson. The Chatham Dockyard itself is described as a revolutionary naval base that significantly shaped Britain and the modern world. The Rest is History podcast, launched in 2020, boasts around 18 million monthly listeners worldwide and covers a vast range of historical topics. Holland, specializing in ancient history, and Sandbrook, focusing on modern history, ambitiously aim to cover as much of the historical spectrum as possible. The Chatham High Street episode, which became a running joke due to listener requests, was chosen as their 600th episode. Holland notes a stark contrast between the well-preserved heritage of Rochester and the underutilized potential of Chatham. He observes the disjunction between the incredible wealth of things to see and the fact that there didn't really seem to be a tourist infrastructure for it at all. Despite the current state of boarded-up pubs and converted buildings, Holland believes Chatham has immense potential for revival and capitalizes on its history. Public reaction to the podcast's exploration of Chatham has been significant, with listeners engaging with the idea of a lost greatness in the area. The success of The Rest is History itself is seen as proof that people remain deeply fascinated by the past. Future podcast episodes are planned on Lady Hamilton and Nelson, Elizabeth I, and the Book of Revelation, among others. Now, let's go back to the MCU and find out which iconic line from a devastating Marvel movie Tom Holland hears from fans the most often. Get ready to discover the Infinity War quote that haunts Tom Holland's fan interactions. Tom Holland's most quoted line, "It's an Infinity War tearjerker." Tom Holland's portrayal of Spider-Man in the Marvel Cinematic Universe has cemented him as a fan favorite. While fans eagerly await his next solo outing, Spider-Man, Brand New Day, his past MCU moments continue to resonate. Holland recently revealed the one line from Avengers, Infinity War, that he is quoted the most by fans, and it comes from one of the most heartbreaking scenes in the franchise. Speaking with Deadline, Holland shared that the line fans constantly repeat to him is, "I don't want to go." This poignant phrase was uttered by Peter Parker as he began to fade away due to Thanos' snap. Holland humorously noted that fans often perceive this moment as a deeply improvised, eloquent piece of acting, when in reality, he simply repeated the line multiple times during filming. Despite the somber context, Holland looks back on the filming of that scene with immense fondness, cherishing the opportunity to act alongside Robert Downey Jr. "We had so much fun on those sets, but when we got into the emotion of that moment, we really dived into it," Holland recalled. "People tell me they imagine that scene must have been horrendous to shoot, but I look back on it with nothing but happiness. It was amazing. I loved it. I got to hug Robert Downey Jr. like 60 times and cry on his shoulder. What's not to love?" This sentiment highlights the strong bond Holland shared with Downey Jr. during their MCU tenure. The scene's impact on audiences was profound, underscoring Peter Parker's youth and vulnerability amidst a cosmic conflict. It amplified the devastation of Thanos' victory in Infinity War. While the tables turned in Avengers Endgame with Tony Stark's sacrifice, the emotional connection between Holland's Spider-Man and Downey Jr.'s Iron Man remained a powerful throughline. Fans are keenly anticipating Holland's return as Spider-Man, especially after the cliffhanger ending of No Way Home. While his inclusion in the Avengers Doomsday cast is unconfirmed, the enduring popularity of his character and his interactions with other MCU heroes, particularly Iron Man, keeps hope alive for future collaborations. Spider-Man: Brand New Day is set to premiere on July 31, 2026. And that's a wrap on today's news. We've covered blockbuster movie secrets, historical revelations, and iconic movie lines. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more epic updates. Alright, Buzz Nation, let's do a lightning recap. Tom Holland is a major force behind the scenes of Spider-Man: Brand New Day. A whopping 6 villains are reportedly joining the web-slingers' next adventure, and historian Tom Holland is calling Chatham High Street the most historic road in England. Plus, fans can't stop quoting Tom Holland's "I don't want to go" from Infinity War. Don't miss out on any of the action. Smash that like button, subscribe to Billie Buzz for all your entertainment news, ring that notification bell so you're alerted to every new video, and drop a comment below telling us what you think. And hey, follow us on all our socials for even more exclusive content.